Paquito Navarro will play with Federico Chingotto. The Sevillian player will form a new couple with the Raton of Olavarria, the mouse of Olavarria, Federico Chingotto. The goal for both players is again to fight for titles. Do you wanna know why they decided to play together, the strengths and weaknesses of this couple? Hello to all players, I'm Pablo and I welcome you to a new 4Set. Back in September-October 2022, Dineno decided to split their ways with Paquito Navarro. So because of that, Paquito decided to do one thing that he had in his mind for a long time: playing on the right side of the court. Actually, that was the perfect moment to do that decision because there were about 5 to 6 tournaments to be played. And obviously Paquito was not fighting for the number 1. So with all that in his mind, he called Tello and said yes. But the key moment was the decision to play together again in 2023 season. Paquito with that decision thought that playing on the right side with Tello was the perfect situation to get the number 1 in the world. But everything changed with the start of the season. In the 2023 season, Paquito and Tello have played 5 matches in 4 tournaments. That means 4 losses, just 1 win. They have not advanced more than the round of 16. But at the end, they have tried everything with the couple.
Tapa mucho mejor. Y yo si no le puedo pegar con viento, mi víbora es una porquería. Y el gato, como arma más plano, le corre la bola de derecha. Y yo desde el revés tengo el rulo, el amague, tal, hago más cosas, porque es mi naturalidad. Entonces, es buenísimo que de vez en cuando el gato juega a la derecha. Por norma general, igual no, pero que esté. Sí, sí.
Paquito was trying to play at the right, Tello also tried to play at the right, but when the ball decides to not go over the net, you cannot do anything. So sometimes in life and in Padel, a timely retreat is a victory. And as Paquito said in many interviews, he will not doubt in going back to play on the left if things doesn't go well on the right. And this is the moment when Paquito has pressed the button. Let's see how many of you are happy with Paquito going back to play on the left, subscribing to the channel. But what has happened with Chingotto all this time? Back in September-October 2022, he faced the decision of Juan Tello to split their ways. Remember that Chingotto and Tello used to play 7 years together. But Chingotto quickly moved well and called Garrido to play together. And the adaptation between Chingotto and Garrido was really quick and really nice because the game styles of Garrido and Tello are really similar. But when Paquito calls you and asks you if you want to play with him, it's really hard to say no. So finally Paquito and Chingotto is real, baby. And if you pay attention to the ranking, Paquito Chingotto is the best couple possible, because none from the first 4 couples are gonna separate their ways. Lebron Galán, Coello Tapia, Vela Sancho or Stupa Dineno are gonna still playing together. So Paquito and Fede are gonna try to get in that club. Knowing all this, let's go with the strengths of this couple. And the first one is that Paquito goes back home. And when I say home, I say the left side of the court. As Paquito said, home sweet home.
Hogar, dulce hogar.
Hogar, dulce hogar.
¡Ahogato!
He has been playing Padel on that side of the court for all his life. And his experiment on the right was not the best, not just because of the results, but because of the feelings. Second strength of this couple is that Chingotto is a really safe and secure player. Chingo from the first day that he joined forces with Garrido played well, and if you think about his game style, it's really similar to Dineno's. So Paquito knows pretty well how to play with a right side player like Chingotto or Dineno. The third strength of this couple is the revenge, and when I say revenge, I'm thinking about Paquito. Paquito's 2023 start of the season is his worst start of any season ever. Actually, if you look at the race, after World Padel Tour Paraguay, he will be out of the top 50 players in the world. So all this situation makes Paquito angry with revenge feelings. And as the player said on his Instagram, he will play the guitar really soon. Let's go now with the less strength points or the weaknesses. First one is that this couple are gonna have just 2 weeks to train together. They are not gonna play in the World Padel Tour Reus, but in the World Padel Tour Granada. And that means to have just 2 weeks after the World Padel Tour Paraguay that Paquito is not gonna play. But fortunately for Paquito, Granada is gonna be an indoor tournament. Second weakness of this couple is that they are out of the top 4 of the ranking. And that means in that every tournament they can face in the round of 16 any of the top 4 couples in the world. Actually, Paquito and Chingotto are gonna be 1 position below than Tello. If you think about the tournaments of this season, how many different couples have played any final? The answer is simple, just 4, the top 4 couples. So in my opinions, those 4 couples, those 8 players are 1 step above from the others. One weakness / doubt is about Paquito if he will be able again to become aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I refer to become again a really offensive player. He used to play like that with Martín Dineno the year that he was only 1 match away from become number 1 in the world. I have another doubt, but this time regarding Chingotto, because the game style of Paquito is completely different from Tello's or Garrido's. So will the Olavarria player be able to show his potential with a less offensive player like Paco? And let me open a discussion, because in the other way around, is Fede Chingotto the perfect player for Paquito Navarro? Paquito decided to move to the right side of the court for just one reason. He wanted to play with a player that covers almost all the court and get easy winners. If you think about an offensive lefty, Coello goes to your mind. But obviously Coello is not gonna play with Paquito by the moment. So I will say that Pablo Cardona, a really young player, is the perfect match for Paquito. But Cardona has no points, has never played a final, so all these things affect the decision of any player. If I gotta say how Paquito and Chingotto are gonna perform this season, it's gonna be something like this. As I told you before, in my opinion, Lebron, Galán, Coello, Tapia, Estupa, Dineno and Vela Sancho are 1 step above from the others. But Paquito and Fede are Paquito and Fede, 2 superstars players that for the first time in their history are gonna play together. So you never know what they can do on court, but I don't see them beating so many times those 4 couples. But my personal bet right now is that Chingotto and Paco are gonna win at least 1 tournament this season. Do you like Paquito Chingotto as a couple? What kind of strengths and weaknesses do you think this couple have? Leave your opinion in the comments because I will answer every comment and see you in the next one. Ciao!